Families, traditions, America. That's the focus of tonight's angle. It's hard to believe that it's Thanksgiving. I can't even believe it. Before you know it's going to be Christmas Eve, Hanukkah, New Year's. And if you're like me, these days invariably bring back memories of holidays gone by with our parents, our grandparents, our children, sitting on Santa's lap. Those are all fun. And it reminds us we need to focus on our families, guard our family time, preserve those ties and our traditions that the culture is so often trying to destroy. You know, technology. We love phone, but it brings us together, right, over FaceTime if you're far apart. But it's also a distraction. We've talked about this endlessly on The Angle. It's a distraction from what's right in front of us, people, each other. So it's easy for a 3-minute scroll on social media, Instagram. Suddenly you look up, it's 3 hours. And how many times have you seen parents at a restaurant with their small kids with iPads handed out to occupy the kids? They're digital babysitters when you're sitting right across the table from the most precious thing you have, your children. And of course, family has to deal with the porn industry. They want the minds and souls of our boys and our men, sons, husbands. It's insidious. It's another insidious force working against the family. That society just tells us, oh, it's another form of choice. It's another form of expression. But the truth is, the porn industry makes billions off the social, emotional, and spiritual carnage it leaves in its wake. So our families, in many ways, need guardrails. We got to do our best to keep them safe. Our society needs to protect our children's innocence, not shatter it. But many in education, the media, big tech, the entertainment industry make it harder and harder for parents. Now, for many years, decades even, we've seen children sexualized in film and in fashion. We've seen it on Netflix, other social media platforms and streaming services. Traditional families, they're portrayed as backward, Bible-thumping, stupid. The pursuit of fame or luxury brands, clicks, well, that beats family dinners any day. And the toll this entire mentality has taken on generations of young people, the toll emotionally, it's incalculable. And the slope is indeed slippery. From tank tops on girls to midriff blouses, now everything looks like, girls are wearing bustiers. And our daughters, they see celebrities on the red carpet, leaving almost nothing to the imagination, thank you very much. And what have we become? When we have entire fields of academic study devoted to understanding sickos, people who fantasize about sexually abusing children, normalizing this condition by referring to them as minor attracted persons or MAPs. This is depraved. We need to protect our families, protect each other, build up our societal resistance to all of this. That means really embracing our faith. That means parents speaking up, schools being held accountable for what they teach and how they teach it. And there's good news. Because you're more involved, things are slowly improving. But the vigilance, it's the best antidote to this cultural and political virus attacking our families. After all, imagine hating Trump so much that you refuse to sit at the Thanksgiving table with one of your relatives who happens to be a Trump supporter.
It is a real shame what's happened to this holiday, which used to be all about the good F's, food, friends, family, football, fun. And now it's you. You're not even invited because you voted for the wrong person. I'm so tired of liberals ghosting half this country. Conservatives do it too, but not nearly as much. Look, whoever's doing it, it's got to stop.
Well, of course, Mar there is totally right. And so much, again, for the party of inclusion and understanding. These people who do this are rabid leftists who mistakenly think that political alliances are family ties. They're not. But we have to reject this cynical approach, and we have to stay strong. That means our national family, too, by holding firm to our traditions, bound by patriotism and, you bet, faith.
As we gather around the dinner table, I hope all Americans will have the chance to enjoy the fellowship of family and friends and renew our faith in God's providence. We have more people praying. The churches are coming back. I don't know if you've been reading that story, but religion is coming back to America. Some people say, oh, why would you mention that? To me, that's a big deal.
And he's right. Pew Research says that more adults believe that religion is gaining influence, up 13 points since they last took the poll. Not bad. And at a time when so many powerful people and powerful forces are trying their best to intrude upon and even rip apart our families, we as Americans need Thanksgiving more than ever, because we need to remember the importance of each other, the Almighty, and tradition that holds us together. You bet we live in a fallen world. Of course we do. But we're a blessed people. So set aside the politics, the family squabbles, and make good memories this Thanksgiving. And that's the angle.
Gobble, gobble.
Hello, everybody. We have Waddle. 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 Hi, guys. Want to give us a gobble?
It's Turkey Pardon Day, a tradition started by JFK. The lucky turkeys this year, Gobble and Waddle.
I was going to call them Chuck and Nancy. But then I realized I wouldn't be pardoning them. I would never pardon those two people.
Gobble and Waddle should be thankful they weren't pardoned by AutoPen, because they'd be going to the butcher.
He used an auto pen last year for the turkey's pardon. So I have the official duty to determine, and I have determined that last year's turkey pardons are totally invalid, as are the pardons of about every other person that was pardoned other than, where's Hunter?
Don't worry, PETA. Trump's still saving Biden's birds from the oven. These Trump turkeys might need 2 ovens, 50 pounds a bird, the heaviest White House turkeys in history. But we're not going to fat shame Gobble and Waddle. We don't do that around here.
I'm not going to tell my Pritzker joke. They have a very cute little joke, you know. Some speechwriter wrote some joke about his weight, but I would never want to talk about his weight. I don't talk about people being fat. I refuse to talk about the fact that he's a fat slob. I don't mention it. I'd like to lose a few pounds too, by the way. And I'm not going to lose it on Thanksgiving, I can tell you that.
No diets on Thanksgiving or Black Friday. The Pilgrims wouldn't want it that way. There's a lot to be thankful for this Thanksgiving. For one thing, your turkey's cheaper, and there's less death. The turkeys are still being killed. I'm talking about in Ukraine. Zelensky's reportedly agreed to Trump's peace terms. Over to you, Pooty Poot.
I think we're getting very close to a deal. We'll find out. In less than 1 year, we've accomplished more than most other administrations have accomplished in 8 years. And this is a very special Thanksgiving.
Pilgrims and Indians, Jews and Muslims, Trump and Mondani, Zelensky and Putin. It's got to happen. Guess who called Trump? Xi Jinping. China called America first. It's never happened before. They invited Trump to Beijing in the spring, and we invited him for a state dinner. That's why we need the big, beautiful ballroom. We might have to host it in a tent with porta potties. No bueno. This could be Maduro's last Thanksgiving. So he's doing the YMCA, which is diplomatic code for Gringo, please save my life like Gobble and Waddle. He's getting his suavecito on, boogieing down to a song called No War, Yes Peace. We just slapped him with a narco-terror label and have a carrier strike group position in the Caribbean. Gunboat diplomacy is scaring Maduro straight. Trump hasn't given the order. Now he wants the dictator to hop on the phone and have a little chat. We're probably not taking out Maduro during Thanksgiving. Hegseth has 7 kids to feed. He's got to be at the table to referee the fight over leftovers. The seditious 6 are going to have an awkward dinner. These saboteurs better not drink too much because they're all being pulled in for FBI interviews. Senator Kelly could get court-martialed.
I said something that was pretty simple and non-controversial, and that was that members of the military should follow the law. And in response to that, Donald Trump said I should be executed. I should be hanged. I should be prosecuted. I'm not going to be silenced. I'm not going to be intimidated.
Kelly, the astronaut, probably wishes he was still in space because the Secretary of War wants to see the retired Navy captain in his office in Washington. Kelly claims he's not a traitor. and showed off his decorations, saying, "I've given too much to this country to be silenced by bullies who care more about their own power than protecting the Constitution." The Secretary of War said, "Get it together. You can't even display your uniform correctly. Your medals are out of order and rows reversed. If you're recalled to active duty, I'll start with a uniform inspection." Boom. Kelly just remembered where he stands in the chain of command. MSNBC, of course, took offense.
When and if you're recalled to active duty, it'll start with a uniform inspection.
Jesus.
That is what the Secretary of Defense is focused on right now, saying he'll threaten the United States Senator, an astronaut, a veteran, with a uniform inspection.
MSNBC should inspect the Uniform Code of Military Justice. Title 18, Section 2387, prohibits civilian or military acts that encourage troops to disobey or lose loyalty. Hegseth wants a briefing on Kelly in 2 weeks, and there he's going to make the call. The junior senator from Arizona doubled down. He told the troops to listen to Congress, not the commander-in-chief.
Donald Trump's going to be gone a couple years. And if you're part of the military that is going after sitting senators, sitting members of Congress, and part of, the weaponization of government, there will be consequences, without a doubt.
Consequences? They went from coercing soldiers to threatening them. They're losing it.
I'm having a bad hair day, so this is going to be a really short video. Pete Hegseth. You, Pete Hegseth. You launched an investigation into Senator Mark Kelly, retired Navy Captain Mark Kelly, because he told members of the military, he reminded members of the military in a video not to follow illegal orders.
They're saying F you to the Secretary of War? We never said F you to Austin when he fired soldiers for not getting vaxxed. This was a dirty intel ploy to trigger a military rebellion. Politicians can't brainwash 18-year-old service members into second-guessing their commander-in-chief in a war zone, second-guessing orders when lives are on the line. This is a classic CIA destabilization operation. We use these tactics on other countries, not here. And they couldn't name a single illegal order that the president's given. They're just creating confusion in the ranks. A script went out.
Why were you not part of this video?
Yeah, actually, so I was part of the first video. The second video is by the time the script got to me and it was in the middle of a lot was going on, I just didn't have time to actually record it.
So that senator was a former Marine. They recruited him to do the video. This was well organized. I wouldn't be shocked if Brennan was behind it. It's the same play as the Russia hoax. They don't care if it hurts the country as long as it hurts Trump. Nothing's working, so they're just trying to slow him down. Here's Maxine Watters, no relation.
This is an important press conference that is being held to let you know what we're all doing, resisting this low-down, dirty, no-good, filthy president. How do you really?
We've gotten 2 million illegals out of America, and Maxine's mad they're leaving. They're not mad at the illegals who broke into the country and committed crimes. They're mad at ICE for catching them.
I promise you, right now, they think they're invincible. They let these ICE agents be invisible, and they don't think we have the balls to hold them accountable.
So now they're threatening soldiers and ICE agents who have bounties on their heads from cartels and are under attack every day, and soldiers who signed up to die for the country.
This is truly life or death. We have an administration that is not only killing people, but is a dream killer. They are protecting the people from their own federal government that is dishing out death. And when I say that, I don't say it lightly. Your thuggish ICE agents who literally are spitting on our Constitution.
Who's the administration killing besides traffickers driving Coke boats? We haven't killed any Americans, and we haven't killed the American dream. That was Bidenomics. Voters gave Trump a mass deportation mandate, a mandate to restore law and order. And the president's delivering from city to city, D.C., Portland, Chicago, now Memphis.
Since President Trump ordered federal law enforcement officers to search Memphis, 121 children have been located and returned to safety. More than 3,100 arrests have been made, including 327 known gang members.
ICE is arresting pedophiles, murderers, rapists, and crime's gone down double digits in every city that's been swept. If anyone's life's in danger, it's ICE.
As soon as we encounter someone, the community comes out and starts filming our officers, our agents, and trying to dox them. We have had several of our employees be followed home, their families targeted and harassed. It's something that we face every single day.
So this Thanksgiving, we should be thankful for our soldiers, our safety, and our sovereignty. Gobble, gobble.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.